even though you put up the story, that you have called us to respond to it. Somewhere 20th of last month, we called for the evacuation of all excavators that were at the port in Tema. Now, on the 22nd, I made the GPHA, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, to put up a public notice that we were going to evacuate all the excavators that were in the Tema Port to 1, the Shire Camp, 2, Burma Camp, Teshe Camp, and 49 engineering arrangements, so that we would decongest the port. If you remember, before we took office, there were a lot of container congestions in the Tema Port. And we had to take time to clear, to allow free flow of business in Tema Port. Now, when we started detaining or not releasing excavators, it also became another problem for us in the port. And mind you, our port is to do business, and people do not want to have any difficulty going about their business. So we arranged with the military and started the evacuation from the 20th of last month. So all the camps I've mentioned, if you want, you can take your media, the people around, you see the number of excavators we have evacuated to those areas. Another issue we had to take this decision was, one, the importers came and complaining of demurrage. And so the longer they continue to stay in the port, the more the fellow will be made to pay. And so taking them out of the port was one of the areas to prevent the payment of demurrage and also decongest our port. So that is what I know about the evacuation of the excavators from the Tema Port.
So per your data, how many excavators?
Well, I will not be able to give you an accurate figure as I sit in the vehicle moving. But what I can tell you is that some of your colleagues went to the port some few weeks ago and they were reporting how the place was congested. I'll get the details or the figures of the number in the Tema Port for you later. But for now, the issue I'm responding to is the reportage you put out that we were busy clearing the excavators. I just wanted to tell you we are clearing them to those sites to decongest the port.
And so when you move them to these sites you're talking about, what happens next?
So we have put a task force or a committee in place. Mind you, it's not everybody that is to Galamsey. We have certified mining companies, we have contractors, and other people who are into earth movement, not necessarily Galamsey. So the committee will vet each permit and be able to come out to say, Joy FM, are they into earth movement work? If it is true, and we go to the site and you're actually doing some contract work or some road construction, we will now release to you that before you take it, DVLA will register it, and then the Minerals Commission will put a tracker on it for us to know where it is and the kind of job it is engaged in.
Okay, but in June, you issued the no permit, no import policy, right?
Yes.
So these excavators we are talking about, do they all have permits to be imported into the country?
Well, it is an issue that we are using the committee to deal with, and that is why we will deny, or people are already denied of the right to clear the excavators, and that is why there's that kind of backlog at the Tema Port. Because it was that some of them ordered before our edition ban. So we are using those things to cross-check to see. The right thing is you have to come to the ministry and take permit before importation, not after importation. And so we are using these things, and this is helping us to identify who to release to or who not to release to. However, we also need space in our port to do business. And that is the reasons why we have to evacuate them. And now to the military camps, because that is where we trust that they will be protected and they can be accounted for at any time.
From where you sit and from what you know, I mean, a country of 30 million people with our land mass, is there a justification for the numbers that are being imported into the country? 200 excavators a day.
My brother, if there was any good justification, we wouldn't have put this ban on it. But the fact that we have put a ban, meaning that there's no justification for that kind of numbers. And I said it sometime. What we have in the system can take care of any other genuine work for years. And so we are using your medium to caution. We have already written to the shipping lines to stop shipping excavators into our country. But you wake up and then people will not listen to directives. And that is why we are having to keep them, and it's now a problem that you are giving the information as if we're clearing to people. But we are only decongesting our port to allow for good or free flow of business.
If that is the case, what then must we expect to happen to the excesses? Because you say what we have in the system can cater for what we do have already. So if that's the case, what will happen after you exercise when you know that those coming in are excess?
Yeah, so we'll see them, especially when you are not a satisfied either a contractor or a mining company that you need those equipment. And before we will satisfy and give to you, we would have gone to see the work you are doing. The committee is on grounds working to ensure that we don't give to anybody who do not have any certified either mining license or either contract that needs those equipment to enhance their operations or work.
But you just told us that what we have already in the system are enough. So it means that
they are in different grades. It is not every moving equipment that is the same. So you might not have a particular grade or a particular model that a mining company might need. And so based on that, that is why we say that before you have any idea to import, you have to come to the ministry to get a permit. But before we give you the permit, we will know whether what you need is in the system or not.
Okay, so help us understand it better. Earth moving equipment, you say the numbers in the system are okay. What category are we talking about? Excavators or what exactly?
For now, we are looking at the excavators that is being used to cause damage or that is being used in the illegal mining.
Okay.
All what we are doing is to ensure that we do not allow the influx of excavators in mining communities.
I get it. There's a reason I was asking earlier. That did you say that the number of excavators we have in the system are enough for us?
Definitely. Okay. Because it should be that system to allow for us. You yourself mentioned when you called that we were having numbers 200 in days or in a day being imported into the system. The question is for what purpose?
It is the
so
reason
that should clearly tell you that if it is on continuous basis, we don't need them.
It is the reason I'm asking that for these excavators, because we have enough already in the system, what will we do to them? What will we do to the excess? Because
so DVLA has embarked on registering all excavators or earth-moving equipment. Hitherto it was not like that. And now trackers are put on them. So should we find any of such equipment in the system at any Galamsey site, when it is seized, we know the owner, then we can come for you. Know that you are the one causing the influx of excavators in illegal mining. So DVLA is empowered to do registration and do tracking so that we'll be able to tell, is it person A's excavator that was used for illegal mining, then we can come for you, or we can go for you for whatever damage you are causing to the environment.
Do stay on for me briefly. Let me bring in Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe. He is the CEO of the Ghana Chamber of Mines. Doc, I'm grateful to you for joining. You had the minister there. What's your own viewpoint of the explanation he's given us tonight?
Well, thank you very much, and good evening to your listeners. Please just remind me, so who's the Honorable Minister on the end of the line, please?
The Minister for Transport.
Okay, so thank you very much. So the Honorable Minister for Transport is spot on the fact that currently the systems that have been put at the ports, you would have to go through the committee. I can speak and say that even for us, the large-scale miners, our members had to bring in what equipment they had imported into the system, and you had to go through from the Ministry of Lands to the Ministry of Transport. The GRA Commissioner General had to also endorse before you are allowed to be able to clear. This is the large-scale equipment. And I also know for a fact that now DVLA, as I said, DVLA is at the port. And then also Minerals Commission, they're working with Minerals Commission to track the excavators. So if the processes that we are putting in place, for me, I think that the point is made that these excavators, and in the large-scale mining excavators are not the size of the excavators that are used in destroying our land, and all of that. So we should be able to publish the names of all the people who are importing all of these excavators into this country. There are some of them, the only reason they are bringing these excavators in, especially the small excavators, is because of the galamsey. And it also should be said to the credit of the team that has been put together, that currently the small-scale mining, the illegal mining, not small-scale, the illegal mining has succeeded a bit because they don't get the excavators that they need to be able to do the work they have to do. What has to happen? And again, so what Honorable Minister has to say is also that now because of the tracking, if we actually track, Minerals Commission, if you're using an excavator or any earth-moving equipment for any particular concession, they will geo-map it to that particular concession, so you cannot move it beyond it. And so what I would recommend that we do is that quickly we need to publish the names of all those people who brought all of these excavators in, who do not have any business because there's no road they are going to construct. They don't have any mining concession they are going to deal with. They are not contractors. They will not be able to tell you who they were going to give it to. Because the strategy for a lot of these illegal miners was that the excavators cost them around $200,000. They get into a place, they start destroying so quickly. By the time you come and you take it away from them, they've been able to get this $200,000 away. So these excavators have become weapons of mass destruction. So, and when some of us ask for the state of emergency to happen, these are some of the reasons. So under a state of emergency, the president could immediately say that all excavators that cannot demonstrate that they were coming for some road work or they were coming from some legitimate mining have all been confiscated to the state. We're not going to even wait for you to go through the court process. We confiscate them to the state. NIMOS, as we speak currently, requires resources to be able to do what they have to do. Then you sell up, maybe you export these excavators back to other countries that need it, and use that money as seed capital. So, Honourable Minister, for me, I think what we need to do quickly is to ramp up the tracking so that once we move these to a particular place, then we make sure that the ones that are legitimate that are going, we track them. And so that Minerals Commission is able to police where actually they are going to. And the other ones that we don't know, let's publish the names of the people.
Okay.
And these people, we can then charge them under Act 995 that they are facilitating illegal small-scale mining. And then we can deal with them. And the people who have imported the 2,000, they are the kingpins. They are the reasons behind the illegality that is happening. So I think that the work that this government has done so far as the excavators are concerned, I think it's been positive.
Okay.
There's just a little bit that needs to be done to make sure that the people who are behind this mass importation that they have brought, who do not have any concession they are working on. They don't have any road projects that they are working on. They are just speculators that have brought in to be able to fund their distraction. We need to deal with.
I'm grateful to you, Dr. Ken Ashigbe there. Do we still have the transport minister on the line? Okay. So, Minister, just before we let you wanted to make a point?
Yes, please. Let me just say thank you to Dr. Ken, and again assure him that this is where we are getting to. We are gradually going through the processes to get those who, like I said, they have the legal contracts or they are into legal mining or road construction. Then they don't have a case. But any other such persons, we are going to confiscate and we are going to publish everything. And that is why gradually we are moving them to the military installations for proper protection and safekeeping.
Okay. When will you ban the importations if what we have in the country is enough for us?
Like for what you want. But in the military installations, I think that it's going to be difficult for anybody to dare go in there to pick an excavator. But I can say that we are gradually getting to a point where we will come out with a list of those who we have confiscated their excavators, and people will get to know those who we have given to them that they are into legal activities without any problem.
So I wanted to find out from you when you will ban the importation of excavators if you say what we have in the system are enough.
So what we are doing, there are stages. We have written to all the shipping lines, and we are going to send another communication to them, cautioning them that, look, for now, they should not bring in any excavator from anywhere. But what is on the high seas and in the port, we are going to evacuate all of them to these military installations and then go through the right processes. And that those who we will deny them of their excavators, we will do so.
I'm grateful to you. Joseph Nikpe is the Minister for Transport there. This has been Top Story, brought to you always by Telecel, Connecting Energies, and Shield Pension Trust into the future with you. Up next is Newsnight.